The Turning Point, brought to you by Ashley and Martin.
As Ashley and Martin turning points go, this was decent and timely. North Melbourne making its statement across an hour of footy at the MCG on Saturday. They put Carlton to the sword, a team that has lorded over them for too long, and leading the way was Harry Sheezel in amongst the Kangas' best. There's a little bit of relief at the end, given the course of the last quarter. We'll delve into it. Our players, thanks to video messaging platform Swish. Harry, it's great to have you here. Welcome.
Thanks, Jared. Good to be back.
Will Day, good to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
How good was that on Saturday?
Yeah, it was a great feeling. On the G, 56,000 people there. To beat Carlton was, it was big for our group.
Wasn't that long ago they put you boys to the sword in the Good Friday, so all that would have been at the forefront of your mind. First quarter's a bit of an arm wrestle and then it just explodes. And you were right slap bang in the middle of it. Yeah, it was exciting. Just when you're playing that footy, it's just so infectious. Like, boys, the pressure was unbelievable and it's just clicking for you offensively. It was good fun to be a part of. Last quarter, not so much. Got a bit scared at the end there, but it was a big win. And after that Good Friday game, I think since then it was probably a bit of a turning point for us. We've been much better, especially defensively, and it was great to see how far we've come against the same opposition. I've turned into Daniel Hoyne. I went down a rabbit hole because when I was watching it, I'm thinking, gee, how, and Will, you've had great moments at Hawthorn as well last year when you boys are rolling, but the win we take for granted. So Harry, you've played 58 games. That's just your 10th win. I know this is not news for you, but in terms of when you're watching the game, you're going, what a great foreign feeling it is. I know you've had moments. So that's a win-loss, and I'm not kicking you on down, but this just describes the sliding door moments. Yeah. You get drafted to North, you're in a situation where you're rebuilding, you're sitting at about 18% win-loss, right? Which is hopefully about to catapult up. Yeah. Will Ashcroft goes to the Brisbane Lions, courtesy of father, son, whatever out, and he's got a win-loss ratio of 75%. So he's played 46 games, he's won 34. And that's just by virtue of, well, in that case, who your dad is, but whether you go 3 or 4 or wherever you end up. And I go back to Joel Selwood. He had a win-loss ratio of 73% over 355 games. So he won nearly 3/4 of his games. Would you know what your win-loss is?
No, it started pretty horribly. I reckon the first few years that I was at the club, we weren't doing all too well. So it's nice that we've changed. So, yeah, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, you're up around 43. So, again, Hawthorn, if you were playing, winning more than you lose. Do you know I've given you a bit of time to think in the ad break. I am turned into one here.
Yeah, go.
Who's the most winning player who's played 50 games or more in the AFL right now? Yeah, we were just talking a bit about it before. It'd have to be like a Collingwood or Geelong, you'd think. Nick Dacos comes to mind.
Yeah, I'll go with that as well.
Nick Dacos and Jasper Fletcher at 71%. So this is what's ahead of you, hopefully. And I just watched it, and all of what that involves, the winning, the after the game, the sitting around talking about it, you only had that a minimum amount of time. So I'm imagining now you just want it more and more. Yeah, it probably makes it feel a bit more special when you do win. Like, I make a big conscious effort, like after the game when you go and give the footies out to the crowd, like you just really suck that like that feeling. You just make the most of it and you enjoy it with your teammates, and just you're not rushing to go sing the song. Like, you want to be out there and enjoy it because it has been rare for us. So. I'm sure hopefully I get used to that feeling a bit more, but I think the struggles have made the wins recently more enjoyable. I'm sure.
How did you analyse the last quarter, where a young team, it just looked like you didn't quite know what to do with a lead, whether to run it out or protect it, and got caught between the devil and the deep blue sea? Yeah, that's right. We got way too conservative in that last quarter, probably try to just kill the game, which wasn't the direction from the coaches at all. They were considering putting up the green sign just to make us just go, because we just naturally just went into our shells and didn't move for each other, and that hurt us offensively, but then defensively because we couldn't take any territory off Carlton. So, it was a good learning curve for us. Fortunately, it didn't hurt us in the end, and we still got the win, and hopefully we can learn from that going forward.
And we're going to get to Will's health in a moment because Hawthorn fans want to know, but half back, through the middle, now half forward, so you're having the whole full experience, which is great coaching. Where do you think it's going to settle? Have you got any idea?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it will settle. I'm enjoying the variety at the moment. It was midfield a bit a couple of weeks ago, and now it's been back to half forward, which some weeks works really well, some weeks it's a bit harder. But I'm just learning each role to the best I can and playing it the best I can.
So big numbers, coaches' votes in the past 2 weeks. How's he going, Will?
Yeah, he's going pretty well. I think him to be able to play multiple positions, wherever he does end up, it's going to help him in the long run. And I started at half-back, and I think that's added to my game as a midfielder now. So to see Harry be able to play multiple positions and play them pretty well, he's one of those players that whenever he gets the ball, something pretty good tends to happen. So, us coming up against him this week, we're definitely going to have to watch out.
Have you found a good rhythm, do you feel, in this portion of the season, personally?
I think so. I think the bye came at a good time, personally, but then also for us as a team, just freshen up. And then we went to Perth for a couple of weeks, so it was good to get back to that. I think last year as well, post-bye, I probably played my best footy as well, so I'm just taking a bit of confidence in that and always learning.
Finn O'Sullivan, rising star too, so he's finding his feet. He's getting better every game.
Yeah, no, he's a gun. As soon as he walked through the doors, you could just see his talent. He's got one of the best side steps I've seen, just does not get tackled. And then hopefully he just finds more and more of the footy, gets more and more confident with ball in hand. And we're seeing some unbelievable defensive efforts week in, week out as a winger, supporting our defence on the last line, big spoils. So, yeah, no, he's going real well.
Awesome. It's exciting and great to see you, man. Up against your boys this weekend, Will. So Hawthorn fans are watching. You're not playing this weekend, but give us the update, mate. Where is it all at?
Yeah, tracking really well. Had a good session today, just getting the running up and going, and obviously the goal is when I do get back to be as fit as I can. So aiming to get into a bit of training next week and can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is really pleasing.
This is this morning, so you're moving okay, but there's 9 games to go in the home and away series. The Hawks, you hope and expect to be involved. Have you penciled in a date?
I think there's constant chats between me and the medical team, and we're probably not always on the same page. Naturally, I'm trying to get back as quick as I can, but at the same time, I know the severity of the injury, and because this is the second time I've done it, I completely respect my medical team as well. So, I think if I can get a handful of games in by the time the regular season's finished, then I'm pretty happy.
And pain-free like now, so you had surgery, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're running and doing that sort of stuff pain-free?
Yeah, that's the really pleasing thing for me, but it's also a bit frustrating because I think I can be taking some quicker steps, but as I said, our medical team is one of the best in the AFL, so I'm really happy with where we're at.
Do you feel any trepidation after a session as to, like, the next morning, whether you're going to feel anything?
Not really. I've got a lot of confidence, and if anything, this surgery's been the best thing for me. I probably would have felt a bit like that after the first time I did it last year, but this surgery's been great, and we've hit some really good markers post-surgery, and I'm really happy with where we're at.
Some big names there who are Sicily and Warple, who you can tell us whether they're expected back. Mitch Lewis is the one that we're all hopeful that he's recovering from an ACL. So what can you tell us about Big Mitch?
Yeah, so proud of Mitch. He's back playing VFL this week, and it's such a big milestone for him, and his career to date, he's had so many injuries and been pretty luckless. So for him to do the work he's done in rehab has also spurred me on a little bit. It's made my rehab a lot easier to see him and how hard he's been working. So for him to come back, it's going to really get our group up. And if he gets back in the next few weeks and doesn't even need to be back to his best, but to see him playing footy again is going to be pretty special.
We choose wisely when we chose these two. So the professionalism of Harry's been well found, and now your coaching career has taken an early turn. You've spent a lot of time on the bench, and I'm not sure if you've been in the coach's box. What's that experience been like?
Yeah, it's good. I've been in the coach's box and on the bench, and I can confidently say I like the bench a lot more. Gets a bit heated in the box, but down.
So what are you doing here on the bench here?
Yeah, pretty much on the mic up to David Hale, our mids coach, and I've got a laptop there with me, and between me and David we can get some vision that we want to show the players and really just tell them the trends of the game, because as a player it is a lot harder to see what's happening. So zoomed out a bit, we can know that a bit better, and making sure everyone has clarity getting back on the field.
In time, you might look back upon this as really a defining part of playing. I know not playing is frustrating and would annoy everyone, but this might be for your development and learnings, not the making of you because you're already there, but be really beneficial.
I think finding the silver linings is really important with rehab, and I've had a few injuries now, and this has probably been the best I've been able to turn into a positive mindset and still feel like I can have influence on the group, which has been really important for me, and the boys have really taken it in their stride.
Have you learnt something from it that you will, when you play, you've got a better understanding of the machinations between box and bench and what's expected when you're on and off the ground?
Probably the messages that are coming down from the box are a lot more sculpted and really thought about a lot more than I thought. When you're on the field, you get a message and you sort of hear it, you sort of don't, but I think the importance of being able to execute what's coming down from the box, it has a really big correlation of the rest of the game and whether you win or lose.
We heard a story, was it post the Collingwood game that you got involved quite forcefully in the review?
Yeah, we had a players-only meeting and led by our leaders, and I think we're at a stage where we had lost 3 games in a row, and not just losing them, but losing them in ways that wasn't us as a footy club. So I think we just used that as a bit of a restarter, and the boys took it really well, and we've played a lot more of our brand since then.
Was part of what you wanted to put across getting back to the joy of it, to the celebration of it?
Definitely, yeah. I think we find the joy out of the easy things, the kicking the goals and things like that, but we needed to transition back to finding joy out of the little acts that result in the goals and the overall fun stuff. So we've done a great job of that, and these last 2 weeks have been chalk and cheese from where we're at.
Sensational. We're going to run out of time. You get tagged, you will get tagged, you have been tagged. Did you watch Nick Dacos on the weekend? Do you look to see what's going on from a Windhager point of view or the whole tagging situation?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I definitely don't get tagged to that level. But yeah, he does an amazing job of fighting through it. And
what do you think when you watch this sort of stuff? I mean, is this fair, all fair and love? We're about to talk about it with Ray Chamberlain. You will have experienced a fair bit of close attention. You're a star of the competition.
I think close attention's all well and good, but yeah, if you take it a bit too far, it can get too much, and I think the umpires do a good job of officiating it.
What's your expectations, Will, when you're playing and getting tagged in a manner like this?
Yeah, I know Marcus a little bit, and he's one of the hardest working players in the competition, and I think if he gets told by his coach to get a job done, he's going to do it to the nth degree, and I respect him for that. We've got Finn McGuinness, who's very much the same and a great tagger, so I can definitely see why they do it, and they're doing it for the team, so it sounds like he's a great teammate.
You play each other this weekend, you sending Finn to Harry?
Well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We've got a bit longer of the week to play out, but yeah, Harry's definitely one we'll talk about.
It's great to have you both with us.
Yeah,
good luck for what comes next. All power to you, and good luck getting back.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Thanks,
Will
guys.
Day and Harry Sheezel, our 2 young stars with us.